So you're sure we can trust this friend of yours' info? It'll be a crying shame if you're wrong about this.
This guy's someone to ride in the river with. He'd never sell me bunk information. That town he struck gold. That's what he heard.
Heard? Just heard about it. What kind of source is that? We can't go off rumors, you nutcase.
But think about it. We'll be living like English kings. We take over a supply like that. What else are we gonna do? The last job was a bust. We got nothing left.
Alright. We've had some bad luck and are running low on essentials. You can't even keep an accent straight. We'll take that town by hook or by crook. And if they don't have that gold, we can take them for what they do have and skedaddle. The lookout will go early in the morning, see what we're up against. But I reckon we can bulldoze this burg and have some fun either way. Make sure to bring us back some juicy details, won't you, tomboy?
He firmly slaps you on the butt. Back, laughter fills the campground. The roaring fire. Sounds like you'll be riding at sun up to check the town out. You feel it's best to get some sleep.
Hello, my name is Kieran, and welcome to Lookouts. It's a game about cowboys looking out for one another. I don't know where the melody's going away from me. Now we're in a minor or a weird diminished. Hello, and welcome to the video. Again they hit me with that weird old chord. My improv was not meant for this.
The desert is an orange haze, scorched with sand, whip up around your horse's legs. The sun hot against your back as you ride towards the town. There's not much to be done while riding. The desert is lonely, harsh, bare. The only thing to do is think. You don't like being alone with your thoughts so often for so long. But you'll always are alone as the lookout. Alone being the eye stick of the gang. No one really talks to you unless they need something. You daydream as you ride like usual. Flights of fancy, a settling down somewhere. You tied to Curly Wolf and his gang, though. Is it so much to ask to be able to live in peace? To not have to fight for survival, always on the run. Am I missing an arm? I'm missing an arm. Maybe that's what your life will always be like, gang or not. A hunted outcast. They could have sent you off with some playing cards at the very least. That they could have. You come to an outcropping near a cliff. Tying up your horse, you approach the edge and see the town come into view. A nice frontier town, small but clearly bustling with people. White painted signs on the wood buildings glint and bloom in the midday sun. You can't see much else from way up here, and turn to go and get out your binoculars. You open your saddlebag and pull the metal binoculars out, brushing it against your poncho to dust off the lenses. Turning back to walk to the edge, a figure suddenly rounds the corner of the large rock you've decided to set up camp under. Yeah! Oh! Out of instinct, your hand snaps to your holstered gun and pulls it, trained squarely at the head of this new person. The bird, who seemingly came from nowhere, looks at you, clearly just as surprised and out of sorts from your own presence. He shifts backwards, eyeing your hand on your gun. The air feels very still all of a sudden. And given you have the upper hand, you take a moment to look at who you just crossed paths with. He's definitely an outlaw like yourself. A rugged beak shining in the sun centers a face you admittedly find charming. Their face and arms are marked with scars, and a large sawn-off shotgun hangs from their holster. Since he's a bird, you know to be wary, just like he'll know to be wary of a canine like yourself. Howdy there. What's your name, partner?
Joseph.
What are you doing all the way out here, Joseph? You seem to be a dreadful long way from where one might think you should be.
I could ask you the same question.
You stared him dead in the eye. He's pretty calm for someone having a gun pointed at his head, but you can see some of his feathers quivering. You trying to sneak up on me, Joseph? Rob me blind where no one can see? Bet you thought a fella missing an arm would be easy.
No, sir. I had no idea you were here till I walked round this here rock. He pats me your butt, the red stone beside him, as if to make a point.
Sir, what in the Sam Hill? You lower your gun, like your shoulder joint just gave out, and let it hang there. In all mine years, no strangers ever called me sir.
Is he crying? Aw. Your name? We're calling me surprise, feather. You'd have to be blind or full as a tick to not see an upstanding young gentleman.
All right. Now you're just licking my boots.
Hawk puts up his hand to his chest. I'd be honored to lick some boots, sir. I do enjoy me some dust and toe fungi.
Lord is my witness.
I ain't lying to you.
You holster your gun and snort a small laugh. May he strike you down as penance then. What are you doing out here? Picking flowers?
The smile drops from his face. He stops short and swallows, like he can't bear to say the next words. I'm part of the Black Vulture gang. I'm on look out here to survey this here burg.
That's very forward of you, considering I just had a gun pointed your way. I'm part of the Curly Wolf gang.
Aruga! I'm darned. You boys been all over the west. What brings you right here?
Much the same as you, I'd imagine. Rumors of gold.
You have it just right.
Well, I can imagine what my boss might want me to do. Come across someone who's sticking their beak in our business.
Joseph tenses up, feathers ruffled. He understands full well what you mean. Conflicting interest and all.
But he's not here. Would be a real waste of a good bullet use it on you.
Saying he saw you trying to make a mash on me. The small jibe is enough to make you stop talking and search for the binoculars you threw when you pulled your gun. Turn your face away to hide the blood rushing to your cheeks under your dark fur. You dust the binoculars off again and walk over to where Joseph is standing, his eyes keenly trained on the town.
Don't need no binocular then, huh?
No, sir. These eyes can see all faces of people down here, no problem.
Sir, again, maybe it's just a habit of his to call people like that. Say, why you keep calling me sir? I ain't your boss. You just that much polite suck up?
Cause none be kind on the trail, I found. What most call you then?
Yeah.
You thought this might come up. Of course, you're surprised it took this long for him to ask about who you are. What you are.
Most would say tomboy, I would think. Or other things I wouldn't repeat in such polite company. And what do you call yourself?
The question takes you by surprise. Something no one else has ever asked you. I think I gave the wrong voice there for a second.
I call myself a man. Is that so? Alrighty then. He's gonna think you're a nut now. You just know it. You'd be better getting on your horse right now and riding back than staying another second around this stranger.
How funny. Guess we're in the same boat if I'm picking up what you're putting down. Might say that the guys at camp don't shove the queer to talk about money. Oh my goodness. It itches with all the... Oh, I'm just getting into character. There's dust in my eye because we're in the desert. You nod at him, unsure whether to laugh or not. Neither of you seem sure what to say now. You hold the binoculars to the bridge of your nose and investigate the town to give him a breather. No one seems like they'd put up much of a fight. No officers of the law in the streets. Only a small building with a sheriff's sign hanging outside. The backs of the buildings you see are rather large. And considering you don't see the bank, you wonder which of them might have what you want to keep an eye on.
Say, since we're looking for the same thing, will you say you and me work together?
The bird considers it for a moment, scratching his chin with a feather. Deal. He grabs your hand in a firm, enthusiastic handshake, smiling like an idiot. All right, you big lug. You punch him playfully you punch him square in the throat.
You get a camp started while I go around this valley. Check which building's in the bank.
Can do, sir.
He turns and goes to gather what he needs. You walk off in the opposite direction, around the cliffs. You look back for a few minutes to watch him heft some wood, then turn tail back to where you was headed, letting the wind from the shaded valley cool off your blushing face.
A lot of fluids dripping from my orifices.
You return a handful of hours later.
The valley is deceptively large. Took you much longer to walk there. You needed back than anticipated. Joseph sees you, gets up from where he is sitting, then into a pot of food, walking towards you quickly. You tense up as he approaches, expecting some new danger at you accidentally leaving him to set up camp all by himself. He closes the distance, and you close your eyes as his hand reaches out to you, expecting a blow. You flinch when you feel a weight around your shoulders. Opening your eyes, you see a thick blanket on you. Try and die out here. You'll get consumption like that. You know how cold you better get at night.
Pulls you over to the fire. Sits you down with you. I'm dreadfully sorry I was gone for so long.
Shut up, you bazoo. Get warm. You hadn't noticed till he mentioned the cold, but your hands is numb. And so are your feet. How long you been freezing for?
Thank you, Joseph.
Nothing to it. Ate up. He hands you a hot bowl of beans. It almost hurts against your cold hands, but it's soothing. You eat together in relative silence beneath the dark, starless sky. You both finish. You pull a blanket around you. You're still cold. Desert chills sweeping under the blanket still. Are you not cold? I've been around the fire all night, haven't I? I'm fine. He's lying. You can see it in his feathers twitch and shiver. He's trying hard to hide it. You stand up with the blanket, pull it over onto him, sitting down with him. You're right. He's definitely cold, but a lot warmer than you'd have imagined.
Some little bro snuggles, some little kiss your homies goodnight business going on here.
Told you I'm fine. Don't give me that blow, tough guy.
He looks like he's gonna say something, but just shuts his beak. Suddenly seems a lot warmer.
I'm festering with multiple diseases. I'm due to blow any day now.
Together you huddle, bring the blanket tighter and tighter, moving closer to each other. Smells like the desert, dusty, sweaty, pretty salty, kissable. Why is this so warm? Why do you feel like this?
Not warm like you're around a fire, but
there's a fire inside you. Warm coals shifting around inside, embers spitting in your throat.
You soon realize you've been shot by an enemy sniper straight through the heart.
You ever felt like this before?
Joseph, he looks at you. Your faces is so close together. You lean your head into his shoulder, staring into the wild dance of the fire. I've met someone like me before, or someone like you. You're extremely kind, even to a stranger like me. Wish I could know you more than these few hours. No, I have to ride back in the morning, but all the hopes I've hoped The strongest is that I could just stay here. That the sun would never rise. I don't want to go back. You stay clinging to him. After a few moments, he pulls you tighter. Huh. I have to say, I feel the same way. I can see someone who's faced so many hardships, someone who deserves better, has worked harder than any of the lump suckers back there, where you come from. We're a couple of, reclaimed word fish in a barrel. I'd say Lord knows how we found each other. Sun will come up again. We'll have to go our separate ways, but you lift your head to look at him. But he just gives you the look and turns back to the fire. No, never mind. Where are you thinking? He sighs, wearily, like he's been asked to carry the world on his back. It's a flight of fancy, but if our bosses are both looking for the same thing, that could be an opportunity of sorts. I don't know. He looks at you, almost for approval, sees you're still listening and continues. We give him a fight, escape when no one's looking. Ride east till we know no one's chasing us. That sounds nice. You both cuddle a while longer, sitting close and resting your heads together. The thought of running away tick over in your mind. Is it that out of reach? What? Think about it. Our gangs fight. We can sabotage them as lookouts to kill each other, then pick off anyone left over. I don't know. I hate the Black Vulture gang, but I can't shoot straight. I get killed. I wouldn't let that happen. I keep you safe. We keep each other safe. A fight feels inevitable. We should use it. We can rile them up. Tell the sheriff in advance to stop any other folks getting hurt. Really that desperate to get out? Yeah. He sighs, that same sigh again, long and heavy, almost theatrical, if you weren't for the life or death stakes laid out before you. His long and heavy breath is almost as long and heavy as his girthy wingspan. He could comfort many chicks this way. Think you're right. A chance like this won't come again. Might even be tempted to call it fate. We should get some sleep. Come morning, I'll tell the sheriff. Get our bosses to town by sun tomorrow and hope on a kiss and pray that we make it out alive. He chuckles. Isn't that the story of our lives? This will be the last time we have to fight like that. You both fall asleep against each other, dreaming of that promise, praying for a better tomorrow, and willing to fight for it. End.
Aw. I wanted to see if they actually got through that. That was a very well written dialogue. That was genuinely a lot of indie games. They don't have the best writing and dialogue, but that one was just really good. That was an actual writer's work right there. Well done, my dears and sirs. If you'd like to have your own little gay cowboy Brokeback Mountain fan fiction event, link be in that there description there. If you like this accent, if you like what I do here, you want to help me make people happy for a living, why don't you go ahead, quick draw that subscribe button. But of course, always, I love you. Hope you have a wonderful day there, partner.